We're in the Pilothouse of Grato, the Selene 60 Ocean Explorer, out in the middle of the Gulf Islands with Frank Crusoe, the owner of the boat, at the helm. Hey, Frank, how's it going?
Oh, excellent today. I'll keep my eyes on the road.
Yeah, this is quite a pilot house. You got great visibility. What do you like the best about this pilot house?
Great, like you said, great visibility, and it's comfortable. You know, it's windy today. We got an open fly bridge. It would be a little bit uncomfortable up there, but in here you're close to everything. Coffee machines right here. And a quick note, you know, the boat Grato actually means grateful in Italian. It's just we are very grateful to live here and to be able to have a boat like this.
That's great. It's a great name, and it's really meaningful. And this boat's going to take you to a lot of places.
Yeah, that's for sure. We've this is our second year with the boat. The first year was started last June. We got the boat in May, and we didn't want to go too far because of the first year. You know, you might have loose wires, things like that. But you know what? We had absolutely zero problems with this boat for the first year. So we did go as far as Desolation Sound, and we were gone for probably 8 weeks total over the summer.
Yeah, that's great. And you guys brought the boat down to Roche Harbor.
We did. And it was really nice to meet the Selene owners. You know, before I bought this boat, I didn't know much about Selene, but there's actually 3 to 4, maybe 4 Selenes in our marina, and that's how I got onto the Selene. But the owners were awesome, you know, very warm, friendly people, interesting, lots of good stories about cruising and trips they've done, and yeah, no, very impressed with the Rendezvous.
Very passionate about their boats.
Very passionate.
Yeah.
Nice to see Wayne and Paul pick up the flag in the marketing process. I think that I know the name has to get out there more. People have to, you know, when this boat's at Anchorage, you know, unexpectedly I get people come by and saying, wow, what make is this boat? I've never seen this gorgeous. You know, they think of a more standard classic trawler, right? And this is the my wife Mindy decorated as more contemporary, but it's also got I think sort of borders between a yacht and a trawler. You know?
Yeah, I think it's a ship.
Yeah.
So we're at the helm. What do you got in front of you? What's on the what are you looking
on the port side is Salt Spring Island, and on the starboard side, just ahead, is a marine park. And we spent a lot of time in this area, and there's a nice anchorage to the north of this little island, Wallace Island. Lots of history on these islands, you know, and lots of trails for walking. You know.
And you do a little biking, I heard.
Oh, wherever I can, yeah. Like, so I would take, if we were anchored at Wallace, we would take our dinghy, the Boston Whaler, with our bikes, and we'd go across and tie up to this Government Wharf, have a coffee, to a nice coffee shop right there, and then we'd ride around the island and stop at different beaches and probably go to the market. And so
that's really fun. How is it to anchor this boat?
You know, one thing I've learned, I've had boats for 50 years, but the yachts we've had for about 8 years or so. And one thing I've learned is actually 2 things. You know, they say come into the dock as hard as you want to hit it. That's one thing. And if you feel uneasy about your anchor, then it's not done right. Pull it up, do it again. You know, and I'm not an all-star at it, but I'm getting a lot better. And these anchors, it's actually ultra anchors, and they just grab like they would believe.
Yeah, they really they're great anchors. Yeah. And you drop the anchors from inside.
I do, and Mindy disengages the levers and the clutch on the secondary anchor so we can lower it down. So that's her role on this, and then I can control the payout, and I got the line counters here.
You have the chain counters right here at the helm.
Yeah.
What else do you have at the helm here? Looks like a pretty nice helm.
It's great. You know, we use Victron electrical systems, batteries, and that. And
what do you like about the Victron?
You know, we had Victor on the last boat, so I'm a little bit more familiar with things. We do have lithium-ion batteries, so it's important. Of course, we got AGMs on the engine batteries, and you've got to make sure that you're a seal right there. Oh no, float. It's a float, but you got to make sure that you have a good battery management system. But the lithium-ion are just for the house. We have solar panels on the roof right now. I'm bringing in 900 watts of solar, so I'm actually charging the system, and there's more coming off the solar than we're using here. And that was important for us, that we're not running our generator all the time, and we're not plugging into a dock.
So when you took the boat out last summer and you were at anchor, how often would you run the generator?
You know, I would watch. We have electric stove and dishwasher and appliances. We didn't go to propane. So if Mindy's running the stove or I'm running the stove, I definitely got to make sure, you know, I'm going to go around this rock here. I got to make sure that I run the generator. If she's only
You got him right in front of you.
yeah,
Go hard,
then I made it.
go hard left.
Right there. Oh, did I get it? Lots of prawn traps here.
Yeah, there's a bunch of traps. These are prawn traps out here?
Yeah, I go out around the marker.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm at anchor, I might run it for half an hour a day, maybe an hour, depending. I like to keep the batteries up around 80%.
Yeah.
So it kind of bothers me when they go down below 50.
Yeah.
You know, and air conditioning is something you probably don't need in this boat up in this area. We might get 30 degrees Celsius 2 weeks a year. And this boat is very well insulated, so it's nice and cool even with the high temperatures. We're using the furnace now this year, the diesel furnace.
It's a diesel furnace with hydronics, so it goes throughout the boat.
Yeah, it's perfect. You know, this is the first time we used it on the Rendezvous. You know, it's great. But you just gotta give it a quick snap. 5 minutes heats up the stateroom, the salon, and that heat this up quite quickly.
Yeah, and it's a great stateroom down there. Full width and big windows.
It's huge.
It's huge and quiet.
Yeah, we made some changes in there. I think can't remember exactly what we did. This wasn't the standard on the design, and we ended up getting more drawers in there, which is great. And of course, Mindy uses most of them.
Well, you got to give up something to get something.
That's exactly. I really like the Pilothouse and the Galley here.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So this is Galley up.
Yeah.
And for me, I love it because the Galley's right here where you're using it all the time. And when you're at the helm, the Galley's right behind you. If you want to grab a quick cup of coffee, you can just snag a cup of coffee, or and you can still see forward and be on watch while you're in the Galley grabbing something. So it gives you a little sense of security.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really great.
You know, with two people on board, you know, we thought we didn't need a dishwasher. And actually, it's great. It's a tiny little dishwasher, uses very little power, and it's perfect for the two of us.
Yeah, you got a dishwasher there too.
Yeah.
How about trash compactor?
I haven't used it yet, but it's in the crew quarter.
It's in the crew quarter where it belongs.
Where it belongs, and then it's got also a double freezer. So there's lots of freezers and fridges on the boat. There's 2-door refrigerator, 2-door freezer in the Galley. Top, there's an ice maker. There's another beer cooler. There's a double freezer in the lazarette.
You got a drinks cooler.
Yeah, we got a wine
down there, wine cooler.
Yeah.
So you're all set for.
Yeah, and they're all good models. You know, they're we had options of different types. You know, we're quite pleased with these.
Yeah. So when's a bigger boat?
Just getting my head around this. You notice I'm watching pretty closely here. You know, and I'm watching our depths, and that we're coming into a narrower passage, and then trying to make sure. There's lots of room to not make mistakes, but if you did make a mistake with this boat so heavy, it'd be hard to deal with that. So far, knock on wood, no issues, 0 issues.
So we have Howard Chen aboard. How's Howard? Come on up here and say hi, Howard.
Hi.
Founder, designer, builder, extraordinaire, Howard Chen. Mr. Selene.
Hi.
Yeah, so what's it like having Howard aboard?
You know, I'm been in business many years, and I just love prompt service, and that's part of the tag on the bottom of any quotation. We'll give you our prompt service. Why I'm saying that is I work with a broker, and that broker worked with one of Howard's project managers, and Candy, and she was first class. Not only did she have the knowledge, she was very prompt to service. You know, if there was any confusion of things, I think she would chat with Howard. The turnaround on information was, I can remember sending a drawing, how I wanted something, and it came back 15 minutes later, drawn up. So that's really important for somebody that's building a boat. In life, it's very important. We're all selling something, and it was a good experience. It was a lot of fun. It was actually a lot more fun than driving the boat. And then I had my helper, Dylan, who we went through, systems. Here's what I want to do. And he made up a bunch of drawings. And again, they would come back from Selene in a very short period. And I had done some navigation, radar, solar here. And I put my own type of hot water tank. But I needed Selene to rough it in and tag it. It was important. So every time I went to hook things up, the wires were there and they were tagged in English so we could understand them. And everything's labeled, To go down below, every valve is labeled, and I have a master drawing showing me where the valves are, which is important. Is you either learn by looking at the drawing or learn by experience.
Did you expect to have as much customization ability on the boat as you did?
No.
Were you aware of that?
I wasn't aware of it, but it always was getting, if we wanted to change something in the stateroom, the Candy would come back and say, okay, this was what would happen. If you change this, you will lose this, right? So it's very clear. Like for instance, we wanted the mono stair, which we just love it because it's open, it's nice access, but we had to give up the location of the dishwasher and some drawers, and she was clear about that. When you put this in, here's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So it was a real good experience building a boat. We didn't think we'd have this much input,
Yeah.
I got part way through it. We didn't get to visit the yard because of COVID, but we got part way through and I thought, gee, I need a bigger swim grid. But of course, it's part of the mold of the hull. And as it turns out, it's the perfect size. I even had, this is kind of crazy, but I made a scale model of my bicycle. And then I had a scale model of the boat. And I saw that the seat would hit the bottom of the settee, the roof. And so they came back and they said, we'll cut it on a 45.
Okay.
And redid it on a 40-foot. Fits perfect now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Plus, I'm always hitting my head anyway, so.
So now you hit your head on a 40.
Oh, I hit your head on all things. But I don't know if you'd be able to get that kind of service from other people, because, but Howard has said to Candy's lived with you 15 years?
Yes.
Yeah, it's 15 years. And so she had a lot of experience. And I don't know how she manages. I think she had quite a few boats being built at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah. But it's a people thing at this level, and it's really important to have that access. Although what worked very well is as a broker, you need to be the shepherd, the gatekeeper.
Yeah.
You can't have me talking directly to Howard and Candy, because then it will cause confusion, and then you'll need more money, and I'll say, well, I did this. No, so it really
did what?
It's really important that a gatekeeper controls the files.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And you didn't get to go to the factory because of COVID.
But we hired a QA assignment out of Hong Kong and Zhuhai, and he went there. He's very, very good. He would I would ask him to look at certain things. He would send me pictures and make comments. If something didn't match the specification, he would ask me why, and I say, no, we agreed to this, and I have my notes, and then he would, okay, check it out, and so on.
Yeah,
That's good. You know, the biggest hassle I had was after it left the shipyard, I had to put it on a ship in Hong Kong Harbor, and COVID was very expensive. The shipping is and I was limited, you know. At one time, I was able to put it on a container ship, but I didn't really feel good about that, you know. So it went on a yacht carrier.
Oh, it went on a yacht carrier?
Yeah, and I probably paid double what the normal price has come back down again, right?
Yeah. Yeah, well, COVID did that to a lot of things. It's definitely different now. Yeah. Well, this is awesome. We just love it. We really thank you for letting us come along with you and experience this with you, and going to Rendezvous and now Trawler Fest in another 3 weeks, and showing your boat. We really super appreciate it. You're great, and you're part of the family, and we look forward to doing more of these.
Well, we're certainly blessed to have you ask us to come. Oh, I really enjoyed it. The next one, Trawler Fest, Mindy won't be able to make it, but I'm going to bring probably Dylan and maybe a couple of friends.
Yeah.
And we can tour around Anacortes. Trawler Fest is a lot different.
Trawler Fest is different. Yeah.
Now you'll be able to use your marketing skills to market the boat, and have a boat there.
Yeah.
Trawler Fest in Stewart, Selene didn't have a boat at the Trawler Fest.
Yeah, Selene, well, we haven't participated in Trawler Fest for years. This past February, we did Stewart Trawler Fest, and we had a 60 Classic in it, an owner's boat that was 15 years old. And then Trawler Fest in Baltimore last September, we had a 54 used owner's boat.
Yeah.
But we look forward to having this boat, a new boat, in the Anacortes Trawler Fest. And next year, hopefully, we'll have some boat deliveries. We got the 60 stock that's going to be coming over, the 54. But we really are thrilled that you're letting us, have your boat in Trawler Fest this year.
Yeah, and I appreciate you getting involved. I didn't know you. I have been a different broker.
Yeah, or you, right?
Yeah, and then, some of the issues we had were an issue with the door, where the factory now will make a change to how they do things. That's all sorted out now. Other than that, the only other things we had, and it was nothing to do with Selene, but you get a brand new pump. It worked in the yard, and then you get here, and it's just a bilge pump, and it didn't work. So it was a factory problem with the bilge pump.
Yeah.
And it worked. The QA tested it off the whole night.
Yeah. So it's funny, Frank. I always say, you did notice, didn't you? And people look at me like, notice what? It's a boat.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, this is great. I mean, I love it being up here, being on a Selene, cruising through the Gulf Islands. I'm as nice and warm, no wind day. Oh, wait a minute. I think we're inside.
Oh, yeah, we're inside.
Yeah, this is great. And thanks, Frank. Again, we really appreciate it. We love working with you and hanging out with you and, supporting the Selene family.
And good luck. You got a great product. I believe you're on the slope going up, and there's huge opportunities here, all across North America. I really believe that.
Yeah, we're excited about it. We're totally thrilled. Thanks.